Hello everyone, and welcome to not the first, but the second video I have recorded for this game in a long-ass goddamn time. Yeah, that's it, we're getting back on some Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. I have not felt like recording anything for this for quite some time. I've been keeping up with content, but I've been focusing on other things, but I am trying to get back on the train now, and what better way to get things started than to jump into Bartz's Heretic Lufenia quest. We're going into this one with a party of Bartz, Yang, and Paladin Pecil with a Bartz friend, and a brother's summon. So I did record a video for the Kadaj Lufenia event not too long ago as well, but I don't blame you because half of you out there watching this probably haven't even seen that because that event is all hat by now. And to be honest, I'd be very surprised if there's anybody still watching at this point anyway. But hey, to those like 5 people of you out there who are diehards for my videos for whatever goddamn reason, please know that I appreciate you, and I hope you at least find them in some way useful and or entertaining. So here we are, we're going into this, and it is everyone's favourite fuckers, the bears from the Ciaran Lufenia, and they're exactly as obnoxious this time around as they were the first time too, except it has one key important difference. If you actually manage to break them when they go into their red aura mode and decide to pump themselves full of bravery and decide that you're only going to be able to deal 1 damage to them, they do actually take normal bravery damage this time around, so you don't have to sort of battery yourself out the wazoo and or stand around poking them with a feather duster. Of course, that raises the question of how you're supposed to break them if they only take 1 damage, and you might think that necessitates bringing someone like Penelo, but no, actually you can get away with using Bartz because his LD skill is actually 100% gravity, which I did not know until I actually bothered to read the skill descriptions. That's why this is important. Of course, these bears are unfortunately immune to being imperiled, so that means characters like Kurasame are absolutely not going to work, and characters like freaking Golbez, who relies on his Dark Imperil to do damage, he's getting locked out. I'm getting really goddamn tired with this pattern that Square Enix seem to be doing, of like rendering the previous burst cycles character largely impotent for the new ones. You know what I mean? Like on the last one, I think it was like, was it 9? I think it was 9's Lost Chapter. You had to have like Golbez or Fujin or you were fucked because you had to do like dark damage or wind damage. Whereas this time if you try to use Golbez you're fucked because he mostly, like all of his big dick damage comes from magic. And the enemies here, the bears are actually weak to physical damage, being melee and ranged, but they are not weak to magic. So the bulk of Golbez's damage is kind of just completely blocked off from him, which is awful. And despite the fact that the bears are not weak to wind, you do need to deal with wind damage to them because they have a wind Lufenia orb, so that means you basically need to use Bartz and or Fujin, and there's almost nobody else who does actual wind damage. I'm not counting Realm at this point. The game has unfortunately matured past her skill set. So we are where we are. So of course I am bringing along, I've got Yang here. I could bring along a team with like Terra and or Lightning and just do turn abuse with Yang, and that would be really easy, especially because the bears can't be delayed, they can't be launched, which of course means Cloud is out of the picture, which is really unfortunate. But I figured I'd bring a quote-unquote normal team, or I would build a team around Yang and use him normally as the DPS. Because I've got Paladin Cecil here for heals and auras, and I've got Bartz here for general shenanigans and actually able to do wind damage. So yeah, I guess Yang is the focus here. You might see I've got blue armour on my Bartz. I have been waiting for the longest goddamn time to stick that thing on someone, so I'm finally going all in on Bartz. Yeah, let's get started, let's see how it goes. So I've got Bartz's LD weapon. I have not got his burst weapon because I'm going to be picking that up when Tifa comes around, and you can damn well bet your britches that as soon as she does release, I'm going to be using her and abusing her in every way possible. Phrasing, but to be honest, that's kind of, you know, doesn't matter which way you interpret that, it's probably true. I'm really looking forward to Tifa's release. She is going to be an absolute monster. But until she comes out, we will make do with what we have here. There we go, let's get Yang's LD up, and you gotta love these double turns, especially when you can't do a goddamn thing about them. So you know what, let me just stick freaking Gabranth Call on them just to neuter them down a little bit. And I love the fact that like Yang's LD is so goddamn stupid, man. Like it really is. I'm not gonna bother doing the enchant with Cecil because there really is no point. Okay, there we go. And of course, if you remember from Bartz, you need to use one of both of his regular skills to get the simple mastery auras up, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And look at that damage, you love to see it, the bravery damage. It's like he's got a permanent burst effect with that blue armor. Man, I am just thinking about the possibilities for the future, and this guy's counters are just like off the charts right now. Look at this shit. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, get countered. And again. And that is absurd. Like, actually absurd how much damage per turn that does. So even without terror abuse, Yang is just actually really good for some reason. Like, I did not expect him to be this powerful. 46 to both, and then another 65, 64. It's like 100k. It's like 100k a target for like standing around and looking pretty. Let's get that kick in there. Yep, and then again. Oh my goodness. So yeah, they're doing pretty well. Okay, so I mean, I could. Yeah. Let's do this. It's probably the smart thing to do. And then let's use missile, so we get up the auras. Man, I just love that blue armor damage. I can't wait until freaking Iroha comes out. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of fun using her. Like Ashe, Iroha, Tifa, obviously. Who else? I might give Strago a pass this time around, but like the Ashe and Iroha combo is definitely something I want to use. Okay, so let us. I'm not gonna Oboro Strike. I'm just going to focus at this point. We need to... yeah, you know what, I'm going to kick this guy. We need to get them below the 80% threshold, and then they are going to start out their first round of bullshit, where they will sort of go into the red mode and delay themselves. But this is where our Bartz LD will come in handy, because your Brave Gains, sir, are denied. And now we can deal damage to them, which is really nice, actually, because I was trying to do this the other day, actually. And I didn't realize you could do that, so I was just kind of, like, wailing on a brick wall, and I was like, oh, maybe I need to bring Penelo, or, you know, something else. Let's use his EX here. I'm going to probably wait until I get to the 50% threshold before I start popping off with bursts and stuff like that. Okay, so Bartz's EX buff is getting low. Let's make sure we keep that up. Oh yeah, and of course I have Bartz's Chocoblade. It is customary to use a Chocoblade when you've got Bartz on your team. You cannot tell me otherwise. Okay, well they do some heavy damage. Let's get Pecil all healed back up here so he can get his auras back in action again. That's good. I'm gonna focus. There we go. Good shit. And you know what? I'll miss on this guy. Man, that bravery cashback is wild that Bartz has right now. So, oh, I did not expect this. Okay, thank God he countered. I thought like the counter was a sure thing. I apparently was mistaken. Okay, well we all get this wonderful HP sap effect here, which is excellent. Let's go over here. We have to share the love to make sure the orbs are in good condition. I haven't used Paladin Cecil in a hot minute actually. It's good to see that he's still kind of kicking it. Although we don't have the most amount of HP here, unfortunately. Man, this poison can fuck off. What is with this? Okay, so I do have 3 Oboro strikes left, so I'm definitely going to go in with one here. Good stuff. So he's going to hopefully not get destroyed here. Nope. Down to 1 bravery. Is that from his LD effect? There's so much stuff in this game I'm not keeping 100% track of at the moment. Like I know I'm not the greatest player, but there's a lot of mechanics in the background. Okay, so this frame poison is really getting on my nerves, but I'm just gonna sit on it for now. Yeah, you need some TLC. Need some wind damage. My man really just counters after everything that everyone does. That is the dumbest skill I've seen in a good way. Let's get his HP above maximum. So he starts hitting a bit harder. That's more like it. Now he's got the bonus effects from Pecil. Wait, is that... I don't know if Yang does that or if Bartz does that. Either way. Okay, it's below 50. It's below. It's the 59% threshold. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Look at how many turns we have here until they're actually able to do anything. Let me pop this. There we go. They do take reduced damage. But this might actually be a kind of signal to go all in. I might do that anyway. So, how many turns have I borrowed? Right, okay. So, can they be debuffed here? All targets, wind resist down. Grants party wind enchant effect. You know what, I'm going to try this. If they can be debuffed, then I'm definitely going to be going in with the burst effects here. They... Oh, well, they can't be imperiled, so, well, that doesn't prove anything, that's too bad. Although because of the freaking high armor bug, he now does 12,000 bravery damage for some reason, which is incredible. Yeah, they can be debuffed. Alright, that's good shit. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much where I'm going to go all in and just destroy them, I think. But I ain't going to burst with Pecil yet, because I want to do that, yeah, fuck the free skill. I want to do that after I swap out my Bartz. Unfortunately, the friend Bartz does not have blue armor, because he is a pleb, but unfortunately I can't find like any better ones at this point. And of course they just freaking cleanse themselves, ain't got anything better to do, whatever. Let us Sage Fire here. And that did absolutely... Of course, they're immune to Imperils, that means they're immune to Ignis as well. Oh, you know what? Forget it. Let's just go in. Not the hardest hitting burst in the world, but it serves its purpose. Okay, so it's time for another LD. Because we need this thing to be up during Paladin Cecil's burst. Damage is definitely on the lower side. I don't know if that's because my friend Bartz's auras are not here. But regardless, it's tough shit. The one way to get Paladin Cecil to do actual decent damage during the burst sequence is to have a Yang on standby. Let's go. Let's see how well we can do here. Apparently, according to some stuff I've seen online, he's supposed to be saying Oarida, but it really just sounds like Oido to me. It's like nonsense Japanese, but whatever. Must be like really thick accent or something. Okay, here we go. I wonder if Dark Knight Cecil is actually ever going to get a burst weapon, because like the model that you see when Pecil bursts here, you don't see that anywhere else. And we do have the confirmation from the JP side now that not potentially, you know, other characters are going to be getting burst weapons, so that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, you're still going to do your thing, aren't you? No, I thought I could. Never mind. Let's go. So the question here is, which will do more damage, kick or focus? Well, focus is going to get me turn rate, so I want to do kick anyway. Bartz's burst weapon model looks really cool though. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to getting that thing. Oh well, the orbs are cancelled, and now they're going to do some more bullshit. You love to see it. Okay, so they're below 30%. No, Yang's LD. It's worthless. Does he battery himself? Increases brick. Yeah, he does. So I'm gonna do this. So he still does actual damage. And I suppose I might as well use this just to get the buffs online. Yeah, have a load of those ones. There we go. $14,000, not bad, not bad. Damn, there's some real damage coming in here. Yeah, his EX effect is about to go away, so let's make sure that does not happen. Damn. Damn! Oh great, they get Brave Regen now as well. Just like back in the Ciaran Luffy. Like as if they weren't already annoying enough to deal with, now we've got this shit to contend with. Okay. Needed to refresh his buffs there. But unless something incredibly bullshit happens, which it very well still could, we should pretty much have this in the bag at this point. Famous last words, I know, but you know. I'm really not a big fan of the turn race though. Oh no, I've run out of uproar strikes. This is unfortunate. God freaking damn it, just look at the turn rate, dude. What is with this? Are you absolutely shitting me? Look at this absolute nonsense right here. I pretty much have to use LD. Ah yes, more regen. Of course. Why wouldn't this happen? Good God. I hope Yang doesn't get blown up. That's really gonna suck. Oh wow, he missed. Yeah, stay missing. That's what I like to see. Okay. Okay, we're probably safe. There comes my Bartz back in. Okay. You are not allowed to have such high bravery numbers. Please dispense with it at once. There we go. Okay, good shit. Yeah, I don't care about your enrage. You're pretty much finished at this point anyway. There we go. Bring it home, Pecil. Good shit. Okay, that is going to be Bartz LD. So, nothing particularly impressive because I was using Bartz myself, and as we all know, the event design these days really seems to push a particular character until like 2 weeks later when they become like really redundant and they get locked out, and then you're supposed to pull for the next big shiny thing. So I'm not really a big fan of this whole quest design that we've got going on at the moment, but it's definitely a way to sort of encourage people to pull, and in my opinion you would be kind of silly to pass up Bartz anyway because he is actually really, really good. So thanks everyone for watching, I hope you all enjoyed, and until the next time, take care and goodbye.